University of Iowa junior Christina Davis is a marketing major and getting certificates in nonprofit management and fundraising and philanthropy communication. She hopes one day to work in the nonprofit industry after graduating and currently is an intern at the Iowa City Public Library.
I love working in libraries. I love everything that libraries do for people. And I sort of wanted to get into the library career path. When I found out about the internship, I never thought about what goes into being able to provide all these services. When you have a nonprofit, how do they get funding and how do they get the support to do all the great things for people that they do?
Christina has been involved with libraries since she was 16. Currently, she works in the development office, collecting daily donations, doing some marketing for the Bookend, the library's used bookstore, and even wrote a grant for a renovation project.
The grant that I wrote was the first grant that I'd ever written, and I thought it was kind of difficult because I didn't even know what a grant was at the time I was asked to write one. So I had to research, what is a grant? What does it take to get a grant? What kind of information do we need to provide them? And it's really extensive.
Grants are an important part of any nonprofit. They keep new books on the shelves, exhibits in museums, and they keep many useful programs in the community up and running. Christina began writing a grant to improve the children's room and create a children's technology section, with workstations outfitted with computers and tablets.
We've got a lot to do tonight.
She enrolled in a grant writing class at the University of Iowa so she could understand more about grants, the process of writing, and how to submit a final proposal.
It's a different kind of class. We don't have pop quizzes or homework per se. What they have to do throughout the class is turn in various parts of the grant. At the end, they submit their final project, and that is to be a perfect grant portfolio. I want the students to write a grant for a real organization, and if possible, actually a grant that can be submitted.
Christina wrote the grant for the library in tandem with her class. The grant she submitted to the Community Foundation of Johnson County was the same one she turned in for class, which was selected and awarded to the library.
When you're writing a homework assignment, I'm writing a paper and I'm hoping to get an A. For this is real money. It's a really different feeling working towards an A or working towards, thousands of dollars in grant funding. And it was just so great to be able to use my writing to bring money to the library.
Money the Iowa City Library will use to improve its services for the community.
The university is really, I think, trying to provide students with an education that opens their minds, opens their eyes, helps them realize that we don't stop learning when we leave the formal educational system. If you can offer a nonprofit certificate of management or offer grant writing classes, there are so many different employment opportunities that gaining those skills will inform the student and make them eligible for potentially a variety of different kinds of jobs.
And Christina will use her newfound experience and put it to work when she graduates.
That's probably one of the best classes I've taken so far, as something that I'm going to use later in my career. It was so valuable because there's not many other classes that you do this assignment for the class and it's exactly what you're going to be doing later in a career.
Her gift to the Iowa City Public Library will continue for a long time. Bringing in more money to provide our community with more to read is a pretty major accomplishment, I think, and we're pretty excited and grateful.